Okay, I believe I am live. Welcome, guys, back to another live stream. If you are brand new to this channel, I try to do these live streams at least once a week, and we just kind of talk about movies and talk about physical media and just all fun things. And I go over um, things that I recently watched in the week, and then we just kind of just talk about anything else physical media related. If you are returning to this live stream, welcome back. I do appreciate you taking the time to stop in. And if you are watching this on the playback on YouTube, please feel free. First off, thank you for watching. But please feel free to leave any comments down below of anything discussed, and I will comment back because I do read all of the comments. So yes, let's see. Let me get this adjusted. There we go. So yeah, the this week I have a couple movies here to talk about. Not a ton here. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 movies to that I watched in this last week, and including movie number 100. If you are following this channel, you'll know that one of my goals this year is to watch at least 300 films this year. And last year I watched 420 films, and my goal was 365. And so this year my goal is just to watch 300. I feel like this year for me personally is just going to be a little bit busier when it comes around to the summertime. And so I'm probably not going to have as much time to watch movies, but that is okay. So, but yeah, I've watched now over 100 films so far this year, which I think is actually pretty great. But comparing myself, like, because I keep track of everything that I watch, comparing where I was last year to where I am now, I am slightly behind, but that is okay. So, yes, let's see here. Francesco, good to see you again. Are you going to see the new Final Destination movie in theaters? I would like to. I would like to be cool to experience that. Um, Franchise in theaters and see the effects, especially in 2025. They're going to be awesome. Um, let's see. And Tony Todd, maybe last movie, so we got to show support. Yes, I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but I might try to. I like the Final Destination films. I feel like they're like interesting and fun. However, I don't know where they're going to really take the story for this next film. Because I feel like there was it kind of wrapped itself up there at the end of the fifth movie. I think it kind of wrapped itself back to the first movie at the end of the fifth film. So yeah, maybe I should check it out. I need to get out to the theater more often, but yes. So let's see where I am. Movie number 100. I watched this on the 23rd of the month, and this is a film that I've been putting off watching for a while, mainly because of its length. It does run at 163 minutes long, and I made a video last year, or at the early beginningness of this year. I don't remember which one, but I made a list of films. I think it was 15 films that I want to watch in the year of 2025, and this was one of them. And that is a film. It's a mad, 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 mad world. This is a film that I've owned for a while, and I've just never gotten around to actually watching it. And yeah, it's from 1963. It's 163 minutes long, and this was absolutely incredible. This was a such a fun movie, and I really really enjoyed it. There were a couple different cuts of the film on here. I forget. Let's see. There were like 3 different like lengths of the film on here. There was the 197 cut or the 163 cuts, 197 minutes, or versus the 197. I watched the shorter of the two, just because I had a 4K restoration and the other ones did not. I'm assuming they just had a Blu-ray restoration, but this is just a Blu-ray. But yeah, this movie was so much fun. It's kind of shocking of how many cars and just stuff was destroyed in this film. Is absolutely incredible. And it really, I don't know, I really, really enjoyed it. And if you have not seen it, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. The next one here, I watched this on the 24th of the month. And this is a film put out by Severin Films, and that is the movie Faceless. This is a 4K of the film, and yeah, did not really know what to expect out of this one, and it was honestly kind of fun. I really enjoy Severin, everything that they put out. I feel like it is just a fun company, and this is definitely one that was a fun movie. But the next one I watched here, I watched this on the 25th of the month. This is technically a Region B disc or Region 2. And so I have here, this is the Arrow Video Steelbook of Rabid. And like I said, it's technically a Region B disc. And so there's the Blu ray with Region B and DVD with Region 2. However, my region free player would not play the Blu ray, which was kind of unfortunate. So I had to end up watching this on the Region 2 DVD. I was able to get that to work, but the region or the Blu-ray, I couldn't get it to work. So I ended up watching the DVD on this. But yeah, this was it's this early David Cronenberg. This is his second feature film after Shivers. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a almost I don't know. It felt exactly what you would think it is. It's essentially an outbreak movie. And yeah, I thought it was it was okay. Definitely not my favorite David Cronenberg, but not his worst either. So we're going to jump into these comments quickly. Are you going to see the new Toxic Avenger reboot? Are you going to see episode 3 in theaters? I might just go by myself, to be honest. I want to experience it. LOL. Yes, I don't know if I'll see the new Toxic Avenger reboot in theaters. But Star Wars Episode 3, yes, I'm going to try to make it. And if you follow this channel, like way back when I talked about Star Wars Episode 3 was the only of the original the original 6 films. That was the only one that I ever saw in theaters. And I eventually I saw like a re-release of Episode 1. But I've never like seen any of the other ones like during their actual theatrical run. And so Star Wars Episode 3 is always like, it holds a special spot in my heart because it was like the first one that I saw in theaters, and I definitely still remember that experience. And so yeah, I'll try to make it out to a theater for that. I feel like that would be fun. Let's see. Ralph says, "Hi everybody. I am right now watching a Nightmare on Elm Street on 4K for the first time. I really like it so far. Good 4K transfer as well." That's awesome. Yes, I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street got a 4K, and I need to. I would like to actually pick all of them up. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we get a box set or something with all of the Nightmare on Elm Street 4Ks. But that's like one franchise that I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it just has to do with the rights and stuff, but it just has not hasn't come out like in a nice set. The closest thing we have is that little, which I have it somewhere here. It's just a single Blu-ray like pack of the films, and there's like multiple films on the same disc, and really just poor packaging in my opinion. I really wish we had a Scream Factory, like Friday 13th, or a Scream Factory Halloween box set on that level. I feel like that would be really ideal with like each individual film in its own like case. But yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying the 4K transfer of it. See, hearing bad things about The Woman in the Yard. Apparently, it is the worst Blumhouse movies. Some guy I follow said. Interesting. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I really don't know much about it. However, it seems like, I mean, besides it just being about a woman sitting in a chair in a yard, I don't really see where else could the story could possibly go from that. But yeah. Did you see the 20 plus cast announcements for the Avengers Doomsday? LOL, was crazy how many people. I watched a couple of videos on it. I didn't actually watch the announcement. I'm really not like a superhero fan, but yeah, I thought it's interesting that they are just, putting so many people into this project. But it's interesting. Let's see here. On the 25th of the month, I watched a film called Born to Fight. This is also put out by Severin Films, and this is a Italian I think it's an Italian it's like, yeah, Italian action, where it is it's technically released in Italy, I guess, but it's, I think, in English for the most part. I don't think it's dubbed. I think, if I remember correctly, it's in English. But this is definitely a knockoff of like a Rambo, or a almost like just like a action flick in the woods and like in the jungle. And so I mean, this is an amazing cover. I absolutely love the cover. If you'll focus on that and not me, that would be great. The one downside with using this camera is it doesn't necessarily focus on the things I wanted to focus on. But yeah, it was a fun one. It's definitely cheesy, and it's definitely a little predictable, but overall, I thought it was a fun one, especially for something like this, where I feel like Severin films are mostly known for their horror, but yeah, some of these old, like these action films that they put out, are also kind of fun. The next one I watched here, this was on the 26th of the month, and that is the film God Told Me So, or God Told Me To, sorry. And this is a Larry Cohen film, which Larry Cohen he's also the director of Q the Winged Serpent, and I believe, and a few other hitters that are like, or at least for Blue Underground, I feel like a lot of what Blue Underground puts out, I feel like a lot is from Larry Cohen, which this movie's basically people are basically killing other people in the name of this God like figure, or they keep saying that God told them so, or God told me to, and basically blaming that on their actions. And yeah, it was an interesting one. I like the ending was actually kind of, I did not see coming, so I won't say much about it, but it was a fun one. Next up, I watched, this is on the 27th of the month, and I watched the film From Beyond. Actually, I got this from the library, and this is, well, not From Beyond, I'm sorry. I saw the Beyond and my brain glitched. VHS Beyond. There we go. VHS Beyond. This is this is the seventh, I think this is the seventh VHS movie in the series, if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, I like the VHS movies. I feel like there's definitely ones that are better than others. And at this point in the series, I almost feel like it's a little formulaic and a little repetitive. And it like, some of the sequences in this one were fun. There was one where they're like skydiving. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'm trying to think of the other ones that I really enjoyed. There's one with like a pop singer almost, where she's not what you think she is. And yeah, I overall, I thought it was fun, but definitely not my my go-to for the VHS, like my favorites. But overall, yeah. Let's see here. Gonna try to explain this, but like, for example, when it's Sony movie, it's the Statue of Liberty type of lady, and when it's like Fox movie, it's that intro question is most popular movie, compare opener. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm assuming the Statue of Liberty type of lady is the Columbia Pictures. So I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. But yeah, I'm sorry. Is it like Children of Corn or Children of the Corn? The God movie sounds like Isaac. Is it in, or is in it? Kind of, like, that's the thing, is it was kind of like that. It did remind me of Children of the Corn, where it's like it's just kind of like people following this this figure, and it was kind of like it. I don't know how to explain it without giving away too much. But I would say if you like Larry Cohen films, it's definitely worth checking out. The next one I watched here, this was on the 28th of the month, and that is the film If with Malcolm McDowell. This is a Criterion film. This is from 1969, 121 minutes long, or 112 minutes. I apologize. It's in color and black and white. It's spy number 391. This takes place at like a all boys boarding school, and it like half takes place in this guy's like his like imagination, and then half takes place like in reality. And overall, I thought it was just okay. I can kind of see why it was in the Criterion Collection. It definitely picked up in the second half of the film. I felt at least for the first half it was a little slow, but yeah, that first half was okay. The second half I actually enjoyed. I thought it was it was a lot of fun. So at least up until the point when they stole a motorcycle. If you've seen the movie before, you'll know where I'm talking about. But there's a sequence where they steal a motorcycle. And then the last movie I watched this week is a film that I knew nothing about. Let's see, I watched this last night, actually. And this is a movie that I have here. This is a this is a Scream Factory title, and that is the film Witchboard. It's actually signed by several people within the film. I got this in a big lot that I did a couple of months ago now. But apparently this is signed by the writer, director, cinematographer, and a couple of the actors, which is kind of fun. But yeah, Witchboard, it was basically somebody playing with a Ouija board and things go bad. That's the basic story. It's not as cheesy as that makes it sound, but yeah, overall, I thought it was okay. It was probably one that I won't be revisiting anytime soon. I know I have Witchboard 2. Yes, I have Witchboard 2 on VHS, but yeah, so that's everything that I watched. I know it wasn't a ton, but yeah. Let's see, top 5 Tobe Hooper films. Let me get reminded of what Tobe Hooper made. I know Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I mean Poltergeist, Funhouse. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to see the ones that I would not think of, like the Toolbox Murders. Interesting. I didn't know he directed that. And Crocodile. I mean, just looking off of what he has made. I would say, I mean, obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre probably is number 1. Texas Chainsaw Massacre probably number 2. I like Funhouse. I thought that was a fun one. And let's go Life Force and then Poltergeist. I haven't seen like a ton of Tobe Hooper films. But let's see. Ralph says, how many movies have you seen this year so far? I'm on 75. I am currently up to, let's see, 107. Yes, I'm up to 107 films so far this year. And I'm actually almost done with one that I was started before this live stream that I haven't actually finished yet. But so I'll be closing in hopefully here this week. I'll be hopefully at like 100 and I don't know 115ish maybe. We'll see. But let's see. David Chase, the guy who wrote The Sopranos, is a genius and did a great job and made the best. However, why hasn't he done anything else besides The Sopranos? If he's so good, even got that with some. Yeah, I don't know. I still need to watch The Sopranos. I've owned the whole series for a while, and I just need to actually sit down and watch it. It's one of those shows between The Sopranos, The Wire, and I feel like there's some other ones like Seinfeld is another one I still need to finish. Simpsons, I need to finish that whole series. Yeah, I need to actually sit down and watch watch some more like TV shows. But see, any trilogies you saw in theaters 1 through 3? I'm trying to think if there was anything that I actually saw in theaters. Hmm. I don't know. I think, I mean, definitely the Disney Star Wars movies, which was a waste of time, but I saw all three of those in theaters. That might be it though. I'm trying to remember if I've seen anything in theaters that, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, as far as I know, no. I have only seen those Star Wars, Disney Star Wars movies, but which are not great. But I have a stack of films here, like last time. Let's see, Halloween 2018. No, actually, I saw Halloween 2018 in theaters, and then I saw Halloween Kills, but then I did not see Halloween Ends in theaters. I missed that one. Which actually I still need to get Halloween Ends. I don't own a copy of that film. I own the Blu-ray of Halloween Kills and the 4K of Halloween 2018. I really would love to get that Steelbook box set that was out, but I also wasn't a huge fan of that whole trilogy. I thought it was just okay. Um, and yeah, I so maybe eventually I'll get them, and maybe if Scream Factory puts them out on 4K, that'd be great. I'll just buy that box set, but for now, I only own two of them. But like last time, like what I was saying from last time, I opened a bunch of movies up as I was like talking. I'm going to do the same thing because I have a whole stack of films here that are brand new that are sitting on my shelf that I just have not gotten around to actually opening up for one reason or another. But yeah, I figured it's kind of fun, at least for me. I don't know if it's fun for you guys, but um, just to open these up and as I'm talking. But the first one here I have is the Magnificent Seven collection. I've never seen any of these films, but I'm just going to kind of open it up. And this time I did bring a trash can here, which is helpful. But let's see. Recently, I revisited The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Last time I saw it in theaters is in 1997. I still like it, or I still liked it. What's your take on it? I like the Lost World. I think it is honestly kind of underrated. I feel like it's a film that it gets a lot of hate, but let's see. Awesome. But yeah, this has 4 of the Magnificent Seven films, which is so fun. Yeah, I feel like Jurassic World gets a lot of hate because it doesn't live up to Jurassic Park. And I get it. There are some sequences in it, like the gymnastics sequence. I feel like a lot of people don't like, which is fine. But yeah, I think it gets an unnecessary amount of hate, especially if you compare it to the Jurassic World films or the Jurassic World films. I'm not a huge fan of any of those. I mean, even Jurassic Park 3, I feel like it's a lot of hate. It's not great, but it definitely gets way more hate than I think it deserves. Especially if you compare it to like the newer Jurassic Park movies. Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of at least the first 2 films. I mean, obviously that first movie is like perfect. I would almost say it's a perfect film. Um, but yeah, I mean, that would be a really fun one to see in theaters. I feel like that would be awesome. Um, Also, whenever I was a kid, I had a little like toy of the I don't even know what you would call it, like the Jeep or the like the bus or whatever it's called, where it's like the 2 units with like the middle thing. Um, the thing that goes off the cliff. I had a toy of that, and I would play with that thing for hours. But it was so much fun. So, let's see, what's better, Indiana Jones 4 or 5? I haven't seen either of them. I gotta. Definitely Indiana Jones 4 is better than 5, in my opinion. I really did not like Indiana Jones 5. There was just several factors that I was like working against it. I think for one, Harrison Ford is simply just too old to play the part. It's he just kind of looks like an old man trying to run around, and the story itself doesn't really make much sense. And so, yeah, Indiana Jones 4 is bad, especially because it has aliens and stuff, and it's which hopefully that wasn't a spoiler, but yeah, Indiana Jones 4 is it's not great, but it's still not as bad. Let's see. What's the most iconic music score of all time? And what's your top 3 scores of all time? Star Wars 1 is or Star Wars number 1, I am guessing. LOL. That's most iconic scores. I mean Jurassic Park. I mean, pretty much anything by John Williams. So Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter. Trying to think. There's, I mean, obviously, like Star Wars is obviously up there. I would say what makes a film score iconic is if you can just by listening to this film score, you know exactly what type of movie it is and what is happening on screen. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is another one that is just absolutely amazing. Let's see here. I have here, this is Bluey, the first half. If you missed my last update or my last collection update video, I talked about Bluey, and this is just such a fun show that I would highly, highly recommend checking out if you haven't. Yeah, big fan of Bluey. I thought it was a lot of fun. Other ones that I would say would be iconic would be like Halloween. The Halloween theme is just absolutely amazing. Even the Psycho theme song, or the theme, I guess, not song, but yeah. I don't know what my number 1 would be. I mean, maybe Empire March from Empire Strikes Back. That might be it. But or no. I take that back. My favorite theme or my favorite score of all time is the Twin Peaks theme. By far, that is yeah, that's definitely my favorite. It is just I listen to it just regularly. It's so good. I'm excited for Swordfish 4. I have not heard of that. Swordfish 4. Okay. Wait, are you saying Swordfish 4K? Like the format? I'm assuming you're talking about 4K, like the 4K version of Swordfish. Yes, I've actually not seen Swordfish. I own it on, I think I own it on HD DVD. And I really should sit down and watch it, but it's on my list to eventually get around to it. Halloween 2018 had a really good score. I love the Halloween theme on guitar. It was great. Yes, John Carpenter. He did all the music for Halloween, I believe, and I don't know if he was in charge of the new one or not. But yeah, he's a very interesting director where he also does a lot of the music. But let's see here. See, I saw Swordfish at free theater screening in 2001. I was blown away by it at the time. Yeah, I should watch it. Let's see, I have here a copy of Cheaper by the Dozen. It's fun. I was actually in this play in high school, so that's why I picked this one up. But it's another one that I had sealed. This is one that I got at Big Lots on clearance for $1.50. I saw this movie a long time ago. I don't really remember what it was about, but I remember seeing it. So I should be like showing that I'm opening these. Are you going to give I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot a chance. First one gets way too much hate because of Scream. Yeah, I'll check out I Know What You Did Last Summer, the reboot. It's been a long time since I've seen like the first movie. Um, but maybe I should watch the trilogy again because I watched it when I was pretty young, and I would agree. I feel like Scream, for whatever reason, like overshadows that film. Um, Here's the disc in here. Yeah, Scream for whatever reason overshadows I Know What You Did Last Summer. So um, maybe I should check out that original trilogy again. Uh, So you remember the gross Disney movie, How to Eat Fried Worms? Yes, I remember. I think I saw that in theaters when it first came out. There was a period of time where basically me and my friends would go to like the dollar theater, and we would just watch like whatever was in the theater, and we do that for like all summer long. And I feel like that was one that we ended up seeing. I mean, we were young. We were probably like in like I don't know middle school or maybe even younger, maybe sixth grade. And so our moms would drop us off or whatever, and um, yeah. But I don't remember anything about the film besides it just being the story of how to eat fried worms. Um, See, I have here. This is a Roger Corman film that I'm opening up. I feel like stuff like this. I've owned this for a while. Apparently, there's 3 movies on here, including Wasp Woman, which is the one that um, I think I grabbed this for because I always thought the cover was interesting on a Wasp Woman. But you can see the woman is a wasp in here. Um, Come on. These little, sometimes they're not even worth taking off. Sometimes they're just the little like plastic things. Sometimes it's just easier to cut them. But you'll have to check out. Let's see. Yeah, probably I'll have to check out Wasp Woman. Let's see here. Let's see. Would you rather do, or would you rather do go on an adventure with Short Round or go on an adventure with Slimer? Slimer? I'm assuming Slimer from Ghostbusters. Probably Short Round, I'd say, if I had to choose. Disney Star Wars aside, what's the most disappointing trilogy of all time? Let's see, I'm opening up here. Mary. Um, Most disappointing trilogy of all time. I don't know. I feel like I got this one at the Dollar Tree as well. I'm trying to think of what the most disappointing trilogy of all time would be. Probably the Jurassic World trilogy. Yeah, I'd say that one because it was just there's I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of those films, so let's see. Swordfish may great stunts, a real fun movie, and some interesting ideas. Many great stunts. Yeah, I need to check out Swordfish. Maybe I'll add that to my list to watch sooner rather than later. So now watching the 3 alternate endings for or for Elm Street. Which one would you choose? Scary, happy, or Freddy ending? I don't know if I've seen all 3 endings. I think I've. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen all three endings. I think I've definitely seen the original where it's like the person gets pulled through the door. Yeah, I'm not sure. What movie would you watch while waiting in a government office? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see. That's my second favorite horror movie ever. What? Yeah, I should sit down and watch all three alternate endings of the film. I feel like maybe I've seen like a couple of them. Let's see. I have the Blu-ray box set, but I also have this DVD. Does it have the alternate endings? Yeah, alternate endings. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check those out. Um, but I have here, these are the Criterion that I picked up during the Criterion sale. And so I'm just going to kind of go through those and open them up because I really don't like letting them sit on the shelf too long without opening them up. So plus it's fun opening up movies. So this is the movie The 49th Parallel, and it is 2 discs. It's a booklet, which is kind of fun. Let's see here. Interesting. Yeah. We have here a Green for Danger. Single disc. Nice. We have Clean Shaven. This is the director approved version, I guess, or director approved transfer. Interesting. This one looks interesting. I talked about this last time or on my last video where I go over the things I got. But let's see. I guess this transfers to Hell, or AKA The Sinners of Hell. It's a Japanese horror film, but I feel like there's not a whole lot of horror films within the Criterion collection, and so I'm very curious on this one. What? See, I'd watch Bulworth 1998 in a government building or office. I have never seen Bulworth. I think I own it on VHS maybe or Laserdisc or one of those. Yeah, I don't want to. I've never seen it, but I've owned it for years. I need to get around to watching it. See, have you seen Robert Altman's fashion movie Ready to Wear? I have not. Robert Altman is one of those directors that I really feel like I should have seen more movies by him by now. I've seen I have a Canterbury Tales here. I've seen like the main ones where it's Shortcuts, and I've not seen The Player. Or what else does he make? He makes a couple other ones. Obviously Ready to Wear, but I've also seen Tanner 88. Other than that, I don't know if I've seen many of his other films. But Canterbury Tales. This is one that I feel like you don't see these very often with it when it comes to a Criterion, where they have the top, maybe a focus on this, the top like little like a safety or like, I don't even know, security strip or whatever. I feel like that's very uncommon nowadays for Criterion, but it almost feels like a really like old DVD. I'm gonna try peel this off. Cool. It's so fun. I also feel like there's in here is a postcard. I feel like I never see these in Criterion films, but subscribe to the Criterion newsletter. That's so cool. Yeah, a Criterion postcard. That's kind of fun. And the last Criterion film here. Let's open that up. Feels like a very colorful like color palette here, which I like. And then I have one last film that I was going to open it up here on the camera. And this is actually put out by Vinegar Syndrome. And I don't think this is out of print. I should probably double check that before I just open this up. But either way, I should just open it. See, this is the film Who Killed Teddy Bear? So I know nothing about it, but okay, yeah, it's not out of print. Cool. But I think this is a 4K actually of the film. Let's see. This is like my one and only of this particular partner company. I think this is a sister company of the, yeah, it's limited. This is number 701 of 5,000. So it is a limited edition, I guess. But ooh, I like it. I like it. It has like a really nice like finish to it, which is always nice. And let's take this off nice and careful. These J cards are a little tricky sometimes to get off without ripping everything. So yeah, J card. Absolutely amazing. Okay, we have this, which is like a kind of like a digibook type of packaging. Where you have the 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc here, and then you have this booklet built in. So I'll have to look through that later, but that's cool. So yeah, that's everything that I wanted to open up on a camera. But so think about getting Captain America: First Avenger on 3D Blu-ray for $14, but I can't remember if it was any good. I don't remember if it was any good or not. I think I actually own the 3D Blu-ray as well. Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember him like turning into Captain America in that movie. But I feel like all of the Avenger movies kind of just blur together. But So I would say if you are a fan of the Avenger movies, I feel like that's a a critical one, to own. But yes, I'm probably gonna wrap this thing up here shortly, unless if there's any other comments, questions, concerns, things that people wanted to talk about. Yeah, I feel like I don't have like a ton of like movie. I didn't have a ton of movies to discuss on this live stream, but hopefully next week I'll have more. But yes, yeah. So I will probably, because it's been 45 minutes ish. I try to keep these things roughly in the hour range, but I mean, depends on if there's like a lot of things to discuss. And so yes, I will probably end this here. But guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I really do appreciate it. And if you are watching this back on the playback, please feel free to leave any comments on anything that was discussed, or if anything that I opened up or anything I watched, please feel free to leave comments on. I am very curious on what you guys have to say. But yeah, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I actually do really appreciate it. So I hope everybody out there has a great week, and I hope everybody just, I don't know, has a great week and is able to watch some great films. So I will see you guys all next week. So take care, guys. Bye.